Hi there, folks. Welcome back to Rich Reviews. And so, folks, let me just say that you're probably going to get this Friday. But so, therefore, on Wednesday, I went to see Happy Death Day to You, the sequel to Happy Death Day. And here's the thing, folks. I found the first film to be an adequate time waster. And my reaction to the sequel, that is this time directed by Christopher Landon, is that once again is an adequate time waster. Once again, Jessica Roth returns as the student from the first film. All the main players basically return for this sequel, which once again finds Tree basically confronting the fact that, oh yeah, now there's a multiverse. And therefore, early on in the film, we come to discover that one of the guys that she befriends, he himself is going through the same events, and he eventually comes to discover, oh yeah, the one thing that I'm creating here inadvertently creates a time loop. And therefore, Tree gets after him by basically saying, "You created a time loop. How dare you fix this thing?" Now, of course, clearly this inadvertently knocks Tree into another dimension or another timeline, in which, oh yeah, the guy she likes is dating her housemate, and the one girl that tried to kill her is now dating the married professor teacher. And I really sat there thinking, this is a painless 100 minutes that I wish would get over quickly. I guess it does move, but this thing takes forever to find a way to end. I mean, literally, these people go over and over that they're almost ready to get Tree back to her main timeline, and things happen to prevent her from going to her own timeline. I mean, also the fact is, oh yeah, she discovers her mom is alive in this universe and she wants to stay. Okay, but then again, obviously the killer from the first film is back, and she has to stop him. Christopher Landon is responsible for writing Paranormal Activity 2, 3, and 4. I bailed after the third film. He's also responsible for Latin's spin-off. So here's the thing, if you ran Paranormal Activity into the ground with his writing, he's going to run this thing into the ground as well. I quite frankly think he fails to fully understand the concept of, hey yes, it would be fascinating of Groundhog Day, a horror-themed Groundhog Day, and now he wants to throw Back to the Future in the mix. And I'm thinking, wow, that could be fascinating. What if one girl traveled through the multiverse and going through different timelines of the same day that she relived? That would be fascinating. Unfortunately, we only say in one. And, yes, quite frankly, it's advertised that, once again, we have a death montage, and it's clearly advertised that, yes, she dies by jumping out of an airplane. Okay, sure. There's also one of death of her basically, going through a wood chipper, and I'm thinking to myself, well, that's certainly a way to go. I mean, I would never want to, because, quite frankly, I think the death of Steve Buscemi in Fargo is already disturbing enough. And here's the thing, I think Jessica Ross is a fine actress. I wish she would move past this franchise and move on to other things. The main lead is hunky, dreamy, and basically whatever else. He could probably do other things. Apparently, this film at the end has a mid-credit sequence that teases a third film. And my reaction to that film, if I could go into the future, would be saying, yes, this is a perfectly adequate film. Nothing special. There you go. Probably my biggest problem with this film, this feels like a first draft, a much more fascinating film. I mean, the first film, yes, I didn't think it was great all that much, but it felt like a fully realized script. This feels like a first draft. I feel like, oh yes, what if you could travel through the multiverse? Clearly, if you have proof of the microverse, you'd be fascinatingly rich all of a sudden. But it's like, oh yeah, death, exposition, everything is exposition-centric, and it's like, when I follow it, I'm like, really? The audience I was with was like, yes, perfectly adequate time waster. And considering that it's Blumhouse, yes, this Blumhouse is in the need to make money, considering they make money with low budget films. And we'll probably get a third film sometime, 3 years maybe. Apparently this film has the end credits of Staying Alive, or at least over the credits it does that. So folks, what I'm going to say about Happy Death Day to You, I'm going to give this what I probably would give the first film. Basically, Netflix. So folks, Happy Death Day to You. What did you think? Please put everything in the comment box below, folks. As always, folks, like, comment, subscribe, earn yourself knowledge. Earn yourself knowledge. I'll see you next time, folks. Yes, hooray.